templates, okay? I use pre-made templates for the items that I normally sell. And I'm going to create a template here, and I'll show you how I do that and walk you through the process. And so you can develop this for your own show, your own purpose, and hopefully list faster and easier and save some time, which time is money. Now, if you want to pay somebody else to do this easy task, then by all means go ahead and do it. Uh, I personally, the way I list and the speed that I'm at, I don't. The other things I think wouldn't save me enough time to be beneficial. But you'll need to make that own decision. So anyway, I'm gonna. What you'll do is you come over here to listings and come down to drafts. All right, and when you bring drafts up, if you'll come down to where on the bottom left hand side says listing templates, you'll click on listing templates. All right, now up here there's a blue button on the upper right side says create new template. And you can see here, these are my templates that I have created for the things that I sell. Okay. So I basically, when I'm selling something, I just click on it. So I'm gonna show you how to create a template. All right. Now, the first thing you'll do is the first box here is template name. Now this is the name that you're going to give this, and this is for you. Nobody sees this but you. So I just use keywords like performance polo, okay? Because that's what I'm going to create this draft. I'm going to show you, and you can create these templates for uh, any product that you sell. And if you sell something regularly, like you sell a lot of jackets, you can create a jacket template. You can create a template for just about everything that you sell, Pokemon cards, anything. Then you can customize it to your tailor and say, once you customize this and add in most of the particulars, creating a listing is actually really fast. Okay. So anyway, I gave it the name of Performance Polo, and it's just an example. Okay. Now, I'm not going to drag any photos or anything because I'm creating a template. I'm not going to use a stock photo uh, or anything like that. Okay, we're going to start off with the item title. Item title is very important. That's your keywords. Those are the keywords that you want in your title. So what I have here is I'm going to show you. This is a normal, regular Under Armour polo here, and I'm going to create a template for this polo, but I'm not going to name it yet. But I'll show you why here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in performance polo shirt, and actually these are keywords. You got to think of what customers use it, and just think of when you go shopping yourself and you go online and you go get a product, what keywords are you using to find what you're looking for? Okay, so I'm going to actually put in this performance golf polo, and I'm going to add the word lightweight polo. Hang on, let me move this around here. Performance golf lightweight polo shirt men's, and that's all I'm going to put in this template right here. This is going to be my basis. Each product that I list, I'm going to add other keywords such as color, brand name, a logo, or anything like that that may be on it. This is the basis. This is my bare bones. This is where I want to start. Okay. Now I don't put anything in the subtitle. You get charged for subtitles, and I I don't see the necessity for that unless you're maybe selling something where you have a large quantity of. But now the third box here is the custom label, the SKU, and this is where I would put in my inventory number, and I do not put one in until I actually create the listing. So, and I'll come back to a listing and I'll actually create a listing with the shirt, show you how easy it is after we build the template. Okay. Now, item category. Well, it's not other antiques. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come down here. This is clothing, shoes, and accessories. Men, men's clothing, and actually go wear. That's what I'm looking. I'm sorry. There's another column for golf clothing if you have golf specific logo shirts, but I have categories for that one. But anyway, this is going to be an activewear uh, polo here, so I'm going to click on activewear, And this is a top. I'm going to do active wear tops. Okay. And so my item category has changed. My store category, I have my own store categories built, and I will put this under men's shirts. Okay. And these things that I'm filling in now, this template, those will always be there, but I have room to add, adapt, and modify when I create a listing, and I'll show you that when we get done here. Now, as far as a template, unless I'm selling nothing but Under Armour or nothing but Nike, I'm going to leave this blank because each one of my sport polos are a different brand. So I'll leave that uh, blank. I'm going to click on regular, and if it's a big and tall when I go to list it, I just click and change it. But 90% of the stuff I sell is regular. I won't put the size yet because uh, each shirt's going to be a different size, and I'm not going to put the color. But the department men is in here, and then when it comes to the type, I will put this in, which is a polo. All right. Now, style. It's going to be a pullover. Performance and activity. You can do this if you want, and a lot of times I'll put in something like, okay, this can be used for golf, walking, tennis. Uh, wouldn't do any training with this. You can also put school in there. Those are just keywords. All right. I won't put the product line because each one's different. Polo. It's short sleeve. I'm going to click short sleeve. Now, occasionally I list a polo with long sleeves, and it's no problem when I go to do the listing. I just change that to uh, long sleeve, but 90% of my polos are short sleeve, so I want that already in there. Features. I want lightweight. If it's moisture wicking, you can check that if most of the stuff you're listing, or if it's breathable, or there's many things down here. Contrasting trim is one. Easy care, non-iron. Put in a specific things like that that you normally use for the listing that you're creating. Okay. For neckline, this one is collared. Most of mine are collared. I'm not going to put the country of or the region. Uh, that I don't. I don't know how many people actually search for where something is made unless it's a vintage item. So now fabric type. Now this here, because these are the ones I'm sending, and it is blended fabric. This is polyester and spandex, but I'm come down here. This is a microfiber, so I want that microfiber checked. Closure, it's a pullover. The fit is regular, no character. Vintage, no. My pattern, solid. Now, if I have something with a nice pattern, I can change that there. I want as many things filled for a normal listing that I do, and I can change the particulars if I need to. All right, material, polyester and spandex, because that's what these microfiber performance shirts are made out of, and that's what I want in there. If I happen to sell one that's 100% polyester, I just change that at the time of the listing. Fabric wash, this one's going to be dark. You can put medium or dark or however you would like on that. Theme. Now, theme, you have different things to check. You've got a whole bunch down here that you can find particulars for the things that you're selling. And I'm going to put in sports and classic. And there's other ones such as preppy or things like that, but I didn't want that in there. Compression level performance polos is mild. I won't put the model because each one's different. Accents. Now, this one, the ones that I usually put is if it's an embroidered logo or the two that I use the most. And other than that, I leave that blank. Occasion, activewear. All right. Now, where it says show more, you want to open this box down here. It's going to give you a few more things here. Season. All right. I like to put all 4 seasons because it depends on where you live. If you live in Maine, this is probably fall, spring, summer. If you live in Texas or Florida, California, it's year round. So I just check all of them. Personalized. No, I do not personalize my items. Handmade. No. The collar style. This is a spread. It's not a button down. I put in casual sleeve. I do not put the measurements in here. And then garment care, I will put this as machine washable. Okay. Now you see I've got the main body. I've got a good 80% of this shirt filled in already. And this is the type of shirt. If I had 10 of these different shirts, different colors, different styles, different brands, this template fits for it. Okay. Now, Condition. I put everything as pre-owned, pre-owned excellent. Now, if it's a new item, when I come down here, I just change the pre-owned to new, and it's no problem. And I put a short condition description in here, and I'll show you what I put in. I'll put in great, use, condition as pictured, and then measurements included with photos. And that's all I put in there. Short, brief, to the point, because that's up there on the top, and you don't want to bore somebody with a 2-page deal. I give them the pertinent information that says great use condition is pictured. That tells them to look at the pictures to see the actual conditions, and measurements also included with the photo. I want them to know that. Description I leave blank, because once I go to create a listing, I will come down and use this button over here that says use AI description, but that's once I create a listing. Now, pricing. I leave my pricing blank because the different brands and styles, if you want the same price on everything, by all means, go ahead and put that in there. Okay. Payment policy. Create payment policy. You can do a payment policy if you want. I have them already made, and I put those in there. And I always click on allow offer button here. Shipping policy. Now here's my shipping policy. No, I don't want to. Hang on. Let me come back to the payment policy. My apologies here. Don't click on your hamburger here unless you need to create a policy. If you'll click in the body here, eBay payments. Boom, there it is. And that's really what you want in there, unless you're going to offer some different type of payment program through yourself or something. Shipping policy. This one right here, I have all my shipping policies created. This one here, all my polos, I do for $5.99 shipping. And I know most of my polos are 12 ounces or less. My package size is 10 by 8 by 2. That is my standard package size for a polo. I don't click a regular package, all right? And I don't do the product documents or safety information because that's not pertinent. And then save template. Okay, now I have this template saved. It's over in my templates. I'm going to go ahead and list with this one. And I'm just going to click up here where it says start listing with this template. I can click done, and it's over there in my template page, but we'll do start listing with this template. Okay, so now when I go to list an item, I've got this shirt here. I come in here and I say, all right, this is Performance Polo. Let's pull up the Performance Polo template here. All right, now I've got have the body of it filled right here. So now I'll put in the brand, Under Armour. Let me spell this correctly here. Lightweight black polo shirt, and it is a men's XL. Boom, there's my template right there. All right, now I'm going to put in my custom label, and I'm just going to make a number here. I have a consecutive numbering system, so this just shows up when I go to pull my order system. I can show you on my packing later. All right, now my body is filled right here. The listing's done. That's all I had to do was put in the brand name, the color, and the size, because I've already had this pre-made here. Now when you come down, now this box here where item specifics, this updates because of what I have put in the title. So if I click on apply all, see it auto-fills down here. All this stuff is auto-filled. Now my product line, I can do Under Armour golf, Under Armour heat gear if I want to, and it doesn't always have everything that I need on here. See, this one won't have Under Armour Performance. All right, I can just add that in there, click that plus mark, and it adds it in there. If you want to put where it's made, you can, and it was made in Vietnam. Most of the time, the system already puts that information up there because it knows where they make these shirts. All right, now I have no character, but you can see how everything is filled in here now. The only thing, if you want to put your measurements in here, you can. I don't put my measurements here. I have them in the photos. Okay. Now when I come down here where it says use AI description, I will click on that button right there, and you see what happens? It autofills right there and it gives me a nice description. I come down, I put in my price. Let's say I want to do this one for $14.99. I already have my payments, I already have my shipping policy. I can come down here and I click on save for later. Oh, my computer's lagging here. There it is. Okay. So now you can see I have a listing template now. I mean, I have a draft. That's done. All I have to do is photographs now. That's how long it takes to create. Once you create these templates, you can do the uh, listing super fast. And I was talking as I did that, and it didn't take me 2 minutes to fill out the particulars for this. All right. Because I use a template. Make the template customized to your whatever you're selling, right? And once you have the body filled in there, the rest puts it in there. And eBay's AI system is so good now, it throws the rest of those particulars up there for you. You don't need to pay for an outside service. You can do this yourself, list fast. You can list just as fast as you can an outside service. And let me explain to this how. When you get used to using these templates, I can bang a listing out in a minute and a half. Minute and a half per listing. I can easily do 50 to 60 drafts an hour, right? Now, the only thing I have left to do is photograph. Now, photographing is no different than if you went and used one of those automatic AI listing services where you take the photographs, you still have to take photographs in that time, and then you have to upload them. So I guarantee you, I can list as fast this way as those AI systems can that they're going to charge you for. But the uh, choice is yours. Do you want to pay for somebody's service to do this? What you can really set up for yourself and eBay. eBay gives you all the tools, and I'm not saying don't use a service, okay? And I'm not putting down any service in any way, shape, or form, right? The people have gone out there and they've done a lot of work, and they create these listing services, and that's their business model. And if you want to use them, that's fine. Pick one. I'm not here to rate or rank them, the other listing services. I'm just trying to show you how to list for free quickly, and this is the way I do it. So now, it took me less than a minute to do this draft. I have my stuff stacked up when I go to create my photographs. Matter of fact, I'll see if I can show you on my phone here. All right. Let me open up my eBay app here. All right. You see, let me figure this out. Here's my eBay app. Okay. Now, up at the top here, you have a button that says selling right there. I'm going to click on that. Now, this screen is pulled up, and if you'll scroll up, see where it says drafts? And then there's a little button here that says see all. When I click on that, hang on. Now, here's my drafts. You see my drafts? There's the top one is the one that I just created with y'all. And all I have to do is click on it. And this is when I'm over there ready to photograph. I'll create a whole bunch of listings and a whole bunch of drafts, and I'll have them stacked up. And I do all these, create all these drafts, and then I'll go over and I photograph. I pull them up one at a time. I pull up like this. I click on that add button, and then I'll click on the camera. All right. Now I'm ready to take pictures of the shirt here. So I snap my pictures. I have a outlay where I lay my items, and I will take my pictures, save them. I'm done. That's it. That's how quick it is. I mean, I come in, I have my templates. I'll do 25 to 50, sometimes 60 drafts in an hour and a half. So I have all these drafts done. I have all this stack of clothing, and they're stacked up in order. So when I go to my photography area, first one I pull off is the first one on the list. I put it up, got my lights on, take my pictures, take pictures with the ruler. I usually measure across from pit to pit, top to bottom. I take a picture of any, say you got a logo, I'll take a close up of the logo. I want to, of the tag, the whole front, maybe sleeves. I flip it around, uh, do the back. And also, if there's any flaw, say like you're selling something with a little flaw or a minor defect, zoom in on it, take a big, beautiful picture of it, as text says, and put it up there. And make sure you have it in the description. That's all it takes to do a listing. I'm less than a minute to create a draft, and I'm maybe a minute to photograph. My drafts take me 2 minutes, and a lot of times less because I'm pretty quick at this. I've been doing it for a while, and the more you do it and more you develop your process, the quicker you're going to be. So the choice is up to you. You still have, if you use a listing software, you still have to take all those pictures, and trust me, taking pictures is the most time consuming part of the listing process. Creating a draft from a template that you custom make for what you sell will save you so much time. And those of you that are on a budget or just starting out, I'm just giving you an option of how to list faster. If you want to do the work stuff, you're still going to do the work if you use somebody else's software. You still have to take the pictures. You still have to upload. You still got to drag it all over there. So there's stuff where then you have to wait for their stuff to download. I guarantee you, I can create a draft. I can create a listing as fast as the AI software can. So anyway, hey, I hope this helps y'all. You got any questions or comments? Zip it down there. Let me know what's going on. And if you want to see some more stuff on this, let me know. All right, thank you.